I hope everyone is doing beautifully. Welcome to General All Signs. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what sign you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab whatever you need, get comfortable, and shall we talk about the energies that are happening between now and, shall we say, the end of the month? I hope you can hear the ocean. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. Welcome everyone. Do hit that thumbs up button, and if you would be interested, head over to the website rubyreadstarot.com. Book your reading with me. Get a really good one-on-one with me where we are really cracking into your energy and finding out what it is that might be hidden in your subconscious through the tarot and through my experience and knowledge of such. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. I hope everyone is doing really great. All right, shall we do one thing? Shall we start breathing? Yeah? Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Deep breath in. Let all of it go. So, as of the 19th, we enter Aries season. It is the spring equinox. It is also the astrological new year. Mercury is the planet of communication. It happens to be in the sign of Aries. This time around, this Aries season, 2024, conversations quite fiery. It's quite explosive, but it's very much to the point, and it's very much about getting things done. So if you're feeling this energy of feeling a little bit lost or a little bit confused right now, please understand that as we come into the sun moving in completely into the sign of Aries, this direction is all going to come back. With Mars being in the sign of Pisces as of the 22nd, what this is really going to say is that there is no need for you to feel frustrated about actions that need to be taken. You don't need to feel stuck. You don't need to feel confused. It's no longer in a fixed sign. It is in the sign of a mutable water energy. Energy that means that you are feeling more likely to act on your emotions. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It gives you an opportunity to figure out who you truly are and what you really desire. So Mars moving into the sign of Pisces is definitely going to be one that helps you emotionally take more action on what you know feels good and aligned with you. Okay, super big energy. As of the 25th, there is this full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra. This is going to be one of those full moons that is really going to say to you, you know what, all those fake alliances, all of those fake relationships, all of those things that may have asked you to really get into your ego and operate from a place of ego, it's probably the best time to shed all of that right now. It's probably a really good idea to shed the competition or the idea or the feeling that you are in competition with anyone else. The true belief that there is no competition is going to be what's making you really successful right now. Competition is always healthy, but when you understand that your only competition is yourself, what you did yesterday and how you're going to improve it tomorrow, you've won. You've basically understood. This is also a really good time for you to figure out where it is that these codependent relationships are kind of stealing your power from you. This full moon lunar eclipse is about the inevitable fairness. It's about balance. It's about justice. It's about the truth. And there is this obvious cause and effect that goes with this full moon. What we're seeing right now take place in the world has a lot to do with unfairness, has a lot to do with a lack of accountability, and has a massive amount to do with dishonesty. And I think if we are to really open up our eyes right now and really look at the fact that the people that you thought were in charge hold no sovereignty over you. You were born hair free and you will leave hair free. You do not need to follow some sort of body or association or corporation that calls itself governing, when in actual fact they're not your friends, they're not governing you, they're not taking care of you, they're not looking after you. Okay, we're all born here sovereign, and the minute that we open our eyes and understand that the people that may have been chosen to run the show are just a bunch of idiots, narcissistic, colonial, patriarchal, narcissist little boys in adult suit bodies. A lot of us don't know what's happening behind the scenes with these people, the kind of drugs they're taking, the kind of alcohol they're drinking, the kind of relationships that they're having, even the kind of sex that they're engaging in. Putting these kind of lunatics that have no problem to put basically general public in danger is not something that's going to benefit anyone. So what I really strongly recommend everyone do right now is own sovereignty. This full moon is telling you you do not need to be codependent on narcissistic sources. It's about finding the balance. It's about finding your true voice. And it's about understanding that you do not owe anyone anything. You do not have to follow anyone's man-made governed rules. If you came from God, you're going back to God. So any one of these narcissists in these like expensive suits that's going to try and like impose some sort of nonsense, you don't have to deal with this shit. You don't have to follow this shit. You don't. You were born sovereign, you're going to die sovereign. You don't belong to anyone. You belong to yourself. You belong to Gaia. You belong to Earth. So where we see these like really wild agendas being played out by the level of unfairness and dishonesty that's going on in the world, this full moon lunar eclipse is gonna kind of break a lot of the system of bullshit. And that's just the way it is. There is a need to be seriously logical about the decisions that we're making moving forward. Okay? And the only way that we're gonna do that is by understanding that a well-organized mind is 100% necessary right now. So take off the blindfold, take off the sepia-toned filters, and understand that the decisions that are being made by those people that think that they are in power, they're about as logical as a fish walking on land. It doesn't make any sense. No one holds any power over anyone. So stop letting other people decide for you and then following their decisions. Absolutely not. This full moon is saying to you, in order to dispense fair justice, you're gonna need a really clear, logical mind. The only way you're really gonna do that is understanding your own sovereignty. You came here by yourself, you will leave here by yourself. Okay? Let's look at the Justice card. Balance, the sword, it's a double-edged sword, right? This means that actions always carry consequences. And with this, hi love, Liaza, welcome love. It's one of those things, right? Intuition, we all know that what's happening in the world right now isn't logical. But what we also know is that there's got to be this place where we are using impartiality, unbiased, and logic to kind of foresee what's going to happen in the future. Now, if we are seeing that there is a whole bunch of dishonesty and injustice taking place, this full moon is set out to balance those scales, right? So what we need to understand is the spiritual consequences of certain actions that are being taken. And it's probably going to be a really good time right now to get really good at making those difficult decisions, because you got to protect your peace. Peace has got to be protected throughout all of this, because what people need to understand, especially those of you, and I believe that's all of you, that are spiritual sovereign beings, is that your spirituality, your peace of mind, your ability to create some sort of distance between what you know is complete bullshit and what you know is like the right thing to do, is what's going to give you the peace that you require to move forward. Okay? And if everybody is to, like I've been saying, reinvest all of the attention that has been expelled outwards and bring that back inwards to understand that the only injustice that can be taken out to cause you damage is if you allow it to. If you stand up right now and say, absolutely no way, absolutely no way in this lifetime am I allowing these narcissists, grown, like little boys in grown man suits, making wildly disgusting decisions, which, let's face it, it's going to carry out, right? Right now it's happening in one little place, but what makes you think it's not going to carry out? There is no space for doubt. There is no space for fear. There is absolutely no space for anyone not to be in their sovereign power right now. You don't have to follow a government that's not making favors in your not making decisions that are in your favor, that is deliberately setting out to hold you back, that is deliberately doing everything that they can do in order to keep you stuck. You don't have to comply to none of this shit. Let's be honest, right? If something is going to hurt you, if something's going to harm you, wake up. It's time to be sovereign. It's time to remember that there's only one power here, the creator, right? And ultimately, we're all creators of our own reality. And if we have that peace, we can take that peace inside, invest that energy and attention back inside, step back in our power, take all of the power back from all of these nasty monkeys in suits. I mean, I don't even want to insult monkeys. I don't even want to insult monkeys because what they're doing is no less than demonic. So why don't we just call it what it is? These demons in expensive suits acting out, creating a whole bunch of harm for a whole bunch of people. Now, if I'm to say to you, you are the majority, the power is with you. Please awaken to the fact that you have to understand that this system is so ready to collapse. This system is so ready to break. These people are so scared, okay? Because everybody's seeing through the veils. Everybody's seeing through the lies. Everybody's seeing through the bullshit. And you know what? The more in your power you are right now, the more you can expel this energy outwards. Like I've said, everybody needs to start bringing the power back to yourselves. That's the only way that this is going to work. Because the way that things are going right now, the way things are playing out right now, there are people making decisions on behalf of a grand majority, and those decisions are vile. Those decisions cannot carry on. They can't go forward. So what happens now? You step in your power and you take things in your own hands. And you know what that means? You protect your peace. That's it. That's it. Okay. That's something that I had to say. Because you know what? All of us are entitled to find out happiness. All of us are entitled to live without fear of, what is the word? You know, things being overpriced. Not being able to afford things because money is being squandered to make stupid decisions that are ultimately not going to benefit any of us. No. We're not doing that. It's not going to happen here. Absolutely not. Whoever is ready to step in their power, whoever is ready to understand that all of this matrix delusion is a trap, then you've given away your power. You are sovereign. Right? And your intuition must balance with logic. And logically speaking, what we're seeing playing out right now is seriously unfair. There isn't a shred of accountability that's being taken for all of the things that are being done in a really dishonest kind of way. Temperance card and the Tower card. A lot of you are going to understand that you have a really big part to play in bringing down a system that is on its way down anyway. It wasn't built on fair ground. It was not fair to a lot of us. It's completely biased. It's completely prejudiced, and it only serves the patriarchy, the colonial patriarchy. Now, what we have right now is a Temperance card, which is basically saying that all of you are so in control of your own power, of your own magic, of your own actions. And what you do is take a disaster, what you do is take a system, a convention that's failing, that's breaking, that's on its way down, right? What you're doing is you're witnessing the collapse of something that was built on such bullshit, on such shaky foundations, on such shaky grounds. And whatever is happening is that you are now, with this full moon lunar eclipse, going to watch the complete crumble of things that you know are just not fair, are just not balanced, are just not right. And each of us, with this Temperance card, hold the magic ingredients in our own hands to co-create everything that we need in order to create the kind of awareness, the kind of life that we all want and deserve. So the card on the floor is a Knight of Swords. Air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I have a feeling that on the 25th, with this full moon lunar eclipse, there is not only a call to action, but there is information, right? There is news. There is something that comes forward so fast that gives you not only the ingredients that you need, but it makes the manifestations that you have been making move forward a lot faster. So what we're seeing here is the crumble of something that was built on shaky foundations, was not meant to realistically serve anyone or anything, was completely broken to begin with, the absolute collapse of it. And you know what happens? A lot of you are being asked now to take the power into your own hands, step into your alchemist energy and begin co-creating. Understand that a lot of the energy that is being poured outwards is only to move forward and take action when you are prompted. Okay? The action that needs to be taken will come when you are actively understanding that you are a creator. Okay? While you're here, you have been given free will to co-create. So do with that power what you will. King of Pentacles energy. Grounded, sturdy, logical, dependable, reliable, honest, valuable. There is this energy this weekend that is saying, not just this weekend, but with the rest of this month, I will say, there is this energy of really pulling back the power. There is this energy of really sitting on the throne of your own sovereignty, understanding your value and your worth, and understanding that you can be as abundant to create whatever it is that you want, as long as you're willing to take the action when it's needed to be taken, as long as you're being courageous enough to make the moves that you need to make, and as long as you are being sovereign enough to understand that this is your movie, nobody else's movie. So whatever they're doing that are making these really wild, crazy ass decisions, it's not going to serve them for very long. A lot of you are going to witness the collapse of certain institutions and, you know, things that were just built on shaky ground. Things that had absolutely no right to be there in the first place. Because let's be honest, we're all equal. We're all born equal. We all die equal. No one has more power than anyone else, regardless of whatever they might think. I think if we're to do a little bit of study into narcissism, it will show exactly that. There is a whole bunch of narcissists that need putting in their place right now. And the only way that you do that is if you understand that you do not need them to survive and that you are entirely sovereign. Okay? Here we go. The Queen of Wands, Aries season, bottom of the deck. The Emperor. As we step into Aries, wow, look at this synchronicity. The King of Wands and the Hangman and the Hermit. Okay. As we step into Aries season, there is going to be a power, right? There is going to be a power that is reinvested in the self. You will begin to feel a lot more stronger. You will begin to feel a lot more powerful. You will be able to trust your own decisions. You will be able to understand that in order to really find happiness and survive in this unfair world, you're going to have to be 10 toes down. And there's a certain level of confidence and courage that has to go with that. Be prepared to fight for your rights. Be prepared to fight for what you know to be valuable to you. Be prepared to be fair, right? This full moon, it's all about fairness. Be prepared to be a fair ruler to those around you. Lead by example. We need this energy of fairness. We need this energy of balance, more so than anything. But more than anything, we need this energy of charisma, confidence, tenacity. We need this can-do attitude. You are all creators. It's about time that you took your magic seriously. The King of Wands, entrepreneurial spirit, tenacious, fiery, confident, the can-do man, right? The go-to guy. There is this energy of finally taking this entrepreneurial spirit to the next level after Pisces season. So, as the moon, as Mars, begins to move into the sign of Pisces, what a lot of you are going to find is that you're called back inside. You're called deep within, and you are being asked to switch your light on so high that it blinds. It's literally blinding to any of those dark negative energies that are using their dense negative energy to bring down the vibration of the earth. Right now, what we need is soldiers like yourself who are willing to turn their own lights all the way on, that are willing to really be quite fair, that are really willing to be the dispensers of justice where they see it needed. There's a lot of soul searching that is going to go into you taking your power back. There's going to be a lot of wisdom in you understanding that you are sovereign and that no one holds any power over you. There is going to be a lot of strength in understanding that this hermit does not represent solitude. He represents the journey. He represents what it takes to go and do something that means that you are not prescribing to the matrix's nonsense. You are stepping outside of the fray. You are going outside of the template. What you're doing is special. And what it's going to require from you is you fully committing to your power, not accepting the nonsense that's playing out in the 3D right now, going on this spiritual journey, turning your light all the way on so it's completely blinding to everyone else, and making sure that what you are doing is moving from a place of wisdom and logic, and that you're not alone in this. You're really, really not. Witnessing the collapse of a broken structure that was not put there for everyone to favor from. Watching the collapse of a system that was designed deliberately to keep certain ones held back by their race, by their name, by the color of their skin, by the color of their hair. Like, if it's 2024, and if you're a racist in 2024, you're about as dumb gets, right? And there needs to be a division between the dumbos and those of us who are actually ready to progress and move forward. And so what's being asked of you right now is that when and as you are witnessing the collapse of the actual ludicrousy that is taking place in the world right now, you are given an invitation to see what you can do to not only transmute, not only alchemize, but be the magician in your own right, to temper and change everything that you know needs taken action on. And you know what? Being that sturdy, solid companion to yourself first and foremost is one of the things that is really going to help you understand that you have the power to create. There is going to need to be authority that you are taking, like you're stepping into. Authority that you are willing to take charge of. Staying 10 toes down. Being assertive. Understanding that making those difficult decisions might have to be a superpower right now. And having the courage to know that you've got your own back and the back of all of the things that you love and support and protect. It's what gets you into action. It's what gets you into this entrepreneurial spirit to be able to make the changes and take the action that you need to take. Because I think all of us have had, with this Pisces season, enough time to witness, to be quiet, to ponder, to think. And as we're stepping out of the binary opposites now, what we, I hope, understand now is that taking that light and now using it to illuminate the rest of the world might be one of the duties that you have. But you know what? There's a whole bunch of idiots that think they're in power. And the fact is, a bunch of these wastemen really are just not right in their head. They're really not. So what I think a lot of us might have to understand is that there are networks, groups, connections, invitations that are being created within like-minded individuals. And what happens, I think, moving forward is that we might even be able to share more with others, talk more with others, create more with others, create more emotional bonds with others by simply embodying the fact that you don't owe anyone anything and no one owns you and you don't have to comply to anyone's nonsense. The Star card. Dreams are a really big part of this energy right now. What your dreams are, who you know yourself to be, what it is that you want to do. This is one of the things that your focus cannot be taken off of right now. Because if we are to keep playing along with this bullshit narrative, a lot of really shifty, salty energy taking over the show, I think it might be debilitating to a lot of us that know that we are on path now to achieving something a lot bigger than what we're witnessing. Which is why I say to you, illuminate, illuminate, illuminate. You don't know how strong you are. You do not know how powerful you are. You do not know, and you cannot even begin to grasp the amount of power that you are stepping into. This lunar eclipse, strong masculine energy, the right kind of divine power that is needed right now to shut up some of these silly, stupid boys in adult suits that call themselves politicians. Like, shut the fuck up, you idiots. You fucking bunch of idiots. Just shut the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? This is what we need right now. The divine masculine to step up. And that divine masculine is in all of us. Doesn't matter what gender you are. It's not important. But the fact that you know that you have the power, the fact that you understand that you can do whatever it is that you want to do as long as you're not hurting anyone else. Because you are not owned by anyone. You do not belong to anyone. You are not a commodity. You are an individual, sovereign. Right now, after the collapse of what we know to be wildly unfair, and witnessing of it, witnessing the absolute breakdown, collapse of this bullshit that has been taking place, you get to understand your power. And you get to understand that you are an alchemist and that you get to change things up if you are willing to accept your power. If you're willing to take charge, if you're willing to take the action, if you're willing to make the moves, you will get called into action. And you know what you'll have to do at that point? Use your charm, use your tenacity, use your charisma, use your power to create, illuminate around you. Yourself first. Who are you? What are the possibilities? Tap into your subconscious. Understand that there is no limits. You get to make the right decisions with this full moon if you understand that your path is making that dream that was within you always. That manifestation that you've been wanting to make. You've got the power to make all of it happen. Do not let this fucking clown show hinder you. Nothing that's that's taking place in this little media pocket, right, has any hold over you. None. Wake up. Figure out who you truly are and what you truly desire. Figure out who you truly are and what you truly desire. Shed this ego, completely shed it. And ego can sometimes play out as fear. Ego can sometimes play out as a lack of confidence in the self. Ego can sometimes play out as one of those things that hold you back in a time where you know that you do not need to be held back. I'm sorry, but there's a bunch of idiots in uniforms and suits and talking garbage, narcissistic garbage. And if you are someone who has been a victim of narcissistic abuse in your life, then I think you will understand that it only leads to the person who's being abused to their complete destruction. Now, you have a choice right now. Who is on the side of destruction? Because if you're really willing to alchemize this energy, and if you're really willing to understand your dreams, and if you're really willing to invest that power back in you and turn your light all the way back on, then you know what? You get to make a lot of magic happen. And you get to make a lot of good happen. And you get to put a lot of people in their place. And you really get to understand what's right and what's wrong. And you know what? Every action that you take moving forward from that point of view will be a action taken from a place of serious power. You don't have to care about anything that you know isn't right. You don't have to stay quiet on things that you know do not serve anyone, and in the long run are not going to be of any benefit to anyone either. We did not come here to suffer. We did not come here to be punished. And we did not come here to be part of systematic abuse. I have a story for some of you. I remember when I went to college and it was some seriously racist lecturers who I think would have preferred if my name was Sarah or Victoria or something like that. I have dark hair. I have, obviously, minus the tan, some sort of ethnic descent. And I was bullied at university and accused just because of the color of my skin by some disgusting lecturers who I wish I could name and shame right now, because the way that they behaved with me was violently disgusting. Someone who's growing up, someone who's literally just come out of their teenage years, to be ganged up against by a bunch of racist university lecturers who then tried to influence the grades that I got. So they actively tried to ruin my future. I still survived. I will survive, because you know what? Those scumbags are not powerful than me. How many years has it been? 15 years later? Where are they now? With the rest of the cockroaches that they belong with. Systematic abuse because of the color of your skin, by the name you have, by the tone of your, I don't know, voice, your accent. It's all designed to take you out of your power. But let me tell each and every single one of you right now, your power is so much greater than that. You will survive. You will manifest anything that you need to manifest, and you will overcome this too, as long as you are willing to believe in your own power. As long as you are willing to serve your sovereignty and not the Matrix and these bullshit systems that they have put in place to trap you. To trap you. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't belong to anyone. You belong to Gaia Sophia, this earth. And you know what? When we leave here, when our souls leave here, our bodies go back to earth. So, who's gonna claim any ownership over you and put a fucking barcode on your ass and tell you that you are property of someone else? Not gonna happen. Absolutely not gonna happen on my watch. You are spiritual warriors. Turn your lights on. Step into power. Know that there is need for you to take action in alchemizing energetically what's going on right now. Step into your power. Pull all of your power back. Every timeline, every sphere, every dimension, all of history, pull your power back right now. Do not put anybody else on a pedestal right now. I've been saying this. That energy that you are wasting putting someone else on a pedestal is energy that you need to be investing in yourself wholesomely right now. Because before you know it, and mark my words on it, each and every single one of you are going to be called into power in your own realms, in your own lives, by the people that are surrounding you, by the situations that you're in. And at that point, you're going to thank me, saying, Ruby, yes, well done. You told us to step back into our power. You know what? The only power that you need is yours. It's the only operant power here. Nothing else holds any power over you whatsoever. Don't let people make decisions for you. Do not let people put you in these weird norms that do not serve you, that do not serve the public, that do not serve the greater being of humanity. It's time for us to understand this bullshit is collapsing. And this needs to be an affirmation, because this full moon lunar eclipse is all about justice and fairness for the whole, not for a group of fucking narcissists in their bullshit suits doing God knows what behind closed doors, stepping up with so much confidence, thinking that they can talk to people in such disgusting, belittling ways, and then carry out such wild atrocities. Not in my lifetime. So, like I said, take your power back from every timeline, from every institution, from every sphere, from every relationship, from every person that you put on a pedestal. Take your power back. Take your power back. Reinvest that power into the fact that you are sovereign. You came here alone, you will leave here alone. You do not need to be told what to do. And you do not need to step on anybody else's toes either. Or you do not need to belittle anyone. And you do not need to be belittled either. One of the things that I always live by is keep your karma clean and your life will be immaculate. This is one of those things that I will say to everyone right now. If you act out of integrity, if you act out of knowing that every single action that you're taking is not hurting another person, I promise you're going to win this. But if you are actively participating in something that you know is wrong and blindly following something that is governing people the wrong way, then please understand what you're taking part in. You are the strength. You are the power. You are the knowing. If you decide to pull that power back right now, you have no idea how much difference you can make in the world. Let that power, let that light shoot out of you and reach all the way to the end of this universe. Understand how powerful you are. I hope Ramadan's been going well for everyone. I hope everyone's been doing really, really well. Who have we got? Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Birch. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Akash. Hi, Laiza. Laiza. That's a beautiful name. I hope everyone's been doing really, really well. If you guys would like, book a reading with me, rubyreadstarot.com. Head over to the website. And do your girl a favor. Support me. Help me. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, read me a comment. Loads and loads and loads of love to each of you. You know I love you. And you know I got your back. And let's make sure that whatever happens moving forward, this isn't about winning or losing. This is about what's fair, what's just, and what's right. This 25th, this lunar eclipse, this full moon lunar eclipse, shed the ego, shed the fear, shed the illusions. Do not let yourself be lied to. Think actively of how you can bring about justice in your life. Think actively about the lack of accountability that is being taken in the world right now by a bunch of idiots in suits. And think about the dishonesty that we are being fed so as to comply with a narrative that doesn't serve any of us. Doesn't serve you, doesn't serve me. Let's think about the longevity of it. Let's think about our futures. Let's think about tomorrow. Because if they're not doing it right, somebody else has got to step up. And I've already told you guys, get in your power. Because you, I'm talking to you, right? Right now, I'm talking to you. You are the heroes of tomorrow. Make sure you understand that. Do not let these idiots in their suits, in their uniforms, under their so-called bullshit institutions, play with the fact that you're more powerful than anything else out here right now. Anything else? Light a whole bunch of candles this Aries season. Carefully, please. Please be careful of your houses. Light a whole bunch of candles. Turn your light all the way on. from you people here, you special ones right here, you are the ones. I expect this from you. I want all of you to have your light turned all the way on. What else? Should we have one more card? All right, one more card and then we close out. One more card, guys. Let's get one more message. Get ready for this bold and powerful communication, man. Get things done. And let this fiery talk take you where it needs to take you. There's a lot of fire on this table right now. And all I'm saying to you is that use that element. Use it. Use it to your power. Connect with the moon also. Connect with the stars also. But connect more so with your own power, your own confidence. And the fact that you are going to see a lot of conventions that were built on fucking shaky grounds fall on flat on their asses with their nonsense narrative. I don't need to say anymore. Power up, guys. You're about to win. The cards don't lie. Power up. You're about to win. And this victory is going to be a lot bigger than a lot of you understand. Right? Because what you don't understand is that not all heroes wear capes. And some of you out here are those silent heroes, which is why your energy is so precious. There's a big win that's expected to happen after the collapse of some seriously shiesty bullshit. Make sure that you're totally aligned with those dreams right now. Make sure you're completely in your confidence right now. Make sure you understand the duality right now. Without one, there ain't the other. But the need for illumination is so big. And please understand, to all of you divine masculines watching right now, you heroes, you mountain of men, please step up. We need you now more so than ever. We need you now more so than ever. We need you now more so than ever. Your power comes from here. It comes from here. It comes from here. Not just here, but even that is something good. Get in shape if you need to. But the power that you're willing to cultivate within yourself is going to be something that is really going to take you places. Step into your power, please. Book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. It's so nice connecting with you guys as always. What I love so much is the same people that were here back when we started are the same people that are here now. Ruby Reads Tarot, my baby, is going to have... We're actually like in the birthday month. So the whole of April, there's going to be specials going on. So make sure you are tuned in and make sure that you are plugging out of the system. I love you. I want you to win. I want you to prosper and I want you to get into your power because you guys are the heroes of today and tomorrow and yesterday too. I love you.